Hi everybody, and we're here this afternoon to visit a friend of ours, Peter Street, and this is his company, the Cardboard Box Company. And I met Peter at the award ceremony for Hidden Heroes of Lancashire. So Peter was an award winner, same as me. So he's invited us over to his factory to check it out. So come on everybody, come and join us.
We're in the card department.
Okay.
When a customer brings in an item that he wants packaged, these guys design the boxes it'll go into.
Wow.
So they have different programs that they create the structures in.
Yeah, we've got a card package that everything's designed flat.
Yeah.
It's a bit like origami really. You're folding paper and making it up. So we have to take the product and design it, a box that fits around that product then. So it could be a satellite dish system, it could be a boiler, it could be a pack of sweets or chocolates. So it really varies the range of what we do.
Yeah.
And it's up to us to choose all the different materials to use for the packaging. So there's all different thicknesses of cardboard that can be used depending on how much protection the packaging needs really. So again, that's down to myself and Chris to decide on the correct materials for the packaging really.
Well, awesome. Well, I'm picking up on a few different smells in here. When I was just coming,
probably just
all right. Yeah,
That's the canteen.
Yeah, but there's some stuff on the right that you would know.
What is it?
Well, there's Stanley stuff and Gorilla Glue.
Oh, Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, so
so
we've got a lot of that in
we
the
do like
workshop.
point of sale displays as well. We're going to supermarkets, so that's probably a lot of what the Stanley tape measures and knife blades and Gorilla Glue, that they'll all be going into dump bins and display stands that go into B&Q and places like that really. So yeah, we get all sorts of products in here really.
Awesome.
So have you been doing this a long time?
I've been doing it 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm a lot younger, so I've not been doing it that long.
How long have you been doing it?
It's about 7.
7 years.
Just for your benefit, Chris, he looks a lot older than that.
Oh, does he? So, what was I going to say? It sounds really interesting. It's a shame I can't see any of the visuals that you might have on a computer
Can
screen.
you have a feel of that?
Yeah, sure.
There you go.
Box here. That's a sample box to go to a customer this afternoon. That's going to have pet food in it, like they're called chubs, pet food chubs, dog food. So they'll be stacked within that. That's quite a strong, robust box.
Yeah, I was going to say it feels quite sturdy. So, yeah, everybody, this is the sort of things that the Cardboard Box Company do. Obviously, this is just a tiny example of the whole range of services they provide. But this feels, it's easy to describe. This is so rigid. It's really going to look after the products in it. The obligatory blind smell, but yeah, it's amazing. So these guys in here, they do all the designing of the packaging, and obviously this is a mock-up. It's going to go to the customer for
it needs approval.
Approval, that's the word I was looking for.
They'll put their products in there, make sure it's strong enough to hold.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I'll just give you this one. This is it before it's made up.
All right, so you got to have your origami skills, right. So it comes obviously flat like this, and then it has all the, score lines and I think I can feel some perforations and creases and things. So obviously this is it. It comes as a kit that you get all ninja with it, and then that's awesome. So that becomes that other one that I just felt. So that's easy to store on a pallet, I suppose. Thousands of them.
That's right.
Yeah, epic. So these are the guys that designed the layout and the format, and wow, epic. So thank you very much for letting me take a couple of minutes of your time.
It's alright.
Yeah, so thank you very much. I'll shake your hand.
Yep.
Cheers guys, and you young un. Alright, thank you very much.
So Chris, what happens is the guys have designed the box, they ship the box, the customers put the products in it, they'll stack it up, make sure it looks okay, and they're happy with it.
Wow.
If there's no changes, it then goes to the next process, which is adding the graphics to it.
Right.
So the guys will send us the CAD drawing through electronically, we'll open it up on our screens and then we put all the graphics on it.
Right.
So we'll take it into the graphics room. These things are called light boxes. These are light boxes made out of cardboard. And they have fluorescent print behind it, so the colours are lit up, LED lights inside. This is Joseph and his Technicolor Dream Record.
Oh, right.
And they have all the light boxes all the way down.
They look lovely.
Wow.
This
This is
one's
the-
got the moon and
New York
those.
skyline,
Oh,
and they have the moon lit up behind it.
oh, that's amazing. Cool.
See what this word is on the bottom.
This is John Lewis logo, in the middle. It goes in like a, imagine a Wi-Fi symbol with all the things that go into there.
Oh, that says broadband. Oh, yeah, well, hence the broadband
Right,
thing.
and John Lewis is at the top.
Whoa.
We do it that way because we knew you were coming.
Oh, yeah.
Hiya.
Right, chaps, this is Chris.
Oh, yeah.
They said they've gone through the rigmarole of getting it approved and checked. The file then gets sent to us.
Yeah.
We'll get a brief description of what artwork we're placing onto the images on the box.
Yeah.
Because these artworks are going to be eventually printed, there's 3 different types of printing. There's lithographic printing, flexographic printing and digital printing. And we set the artwork up accordingly in here.
Right.
Okay. So if it's going to go flexographic printing, we've got 4 large machines outside, which I'll take around later.
Yeah.
We've got to get the tolerances, because if you can imagine 4 big printing plates, all having to get in register as the printing, there's a lot of work goes in at this stage to make sure that they print correctly. So Stephen is another member of the
Hiya.
staff.
Hi,
Hiya.
Stephen, you
Sorry.
alright? Yeah, mate, yeah. Alright, pal. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of the technical side in here regarding making sure when they go out there they print correctly.
Yeah, yeah.
Same with the litho and same with the digital. So the guys will get an art sheet. If you just want to point it out.
Yeah,
Just
sure.
showing, we've got like a process on the wall showing you the
Oh,
different
right.
processes what we do.
Go on, you're okay. You're okay.
This is what the guys do, the CAD drawing. Then we place the artwork onto it. Then we place the artwork onto a thing called an art sheet. It gives all the details, the inks, the colours, what machine is going on. And we send that away for approval. The customer again looks at it, says yeah that's great, or I'd like to make an alteration. Because we have a digital department, we can also print a digital sample of the artwork. So it's an actual box, touchy-feely thing, and people say yeah I like that.
Yeah.
Then it comes back to us and we send it off to get the printing plates made, and they get colour separated into each colour. So there'll be say 4 colour, there'll be 4 different printing plates. They then go to the machine, the board's selected, the inks are selected, and then we print the box. As easy as that.
Yeah, wow.
So we get different ranges of customers. You can get people like Asda, Tesco's like that. They have to have a format of a set logo.
Yeah,
Or some people want designs doing from scratch.
yeah.
So the guys will scan that in, redraw the whole artwork, and then again we send it off for approval.
Well, it's interesting to show. I mean, obviously, this is, it highlights the fact that what people take for granted, some packaging, they don't know the amount of work and expertise and skill that's gone into each and every part. We were saying, there's billions of boxes used all around the world every day, and people just take it for granted. But the levels. I mean, you've got your CAD and
Design guys,
CAD
yeah.
design guys, and you've got here the guys that are doing with the printing, and it's just amazing to know how much
Isn't it?
is involved.
Yeah,
What sort of timescale do you talk about, sort of from getting an order, going through all the stages?
Yeah, it's we're quite strict on making sure things are approved correctly. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you just throw it through willy-nilly, they can print thousands and thousands of boxes, and then if someone sees it in the supermarket, says that's wrong. So we've got to go through the correct procedures. So the design's checked, so the packaging can hold it. We always send ours away to make sure that everything's proofread and make sure that the customer's happy with the design. Then it goes to the approval stage, then we do the same to our suppliers who make the printing plates. They have the same sort of procedures.
Yeah.
So everything we create here is going to get duplicated thousands and thousands and thousands of times.
Yeah.
So these guys have got to be really up on making sure
Yeah.
they get it right.
Yeah,
That'll be right.
So as far as timescale is concerned, it's as long as it takes to make
Yeah.
sure it's right.
yeah,
Try telling that to the sales guys downstairs.
Yeah.
But obviously everybody's pushing it. We like to get things turned around pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Because we have an in-house CAD and graphics, we can turn it around. Normally, places this size, we send it out, someone has to get the outlet done, which means it could take a couple of days and it comes back. We can do it in hours. So we're pretty quick.
yeah.
So I'll take you up to the
Okay.
So after here, we'll take it up to the digital department.
All right.
Okay. This is Jim Aderesca stuff.
So, this is the card digital department. So what we'll do is the guys will do their artwork. This is one of the processes. Send it to these guys, who will then transfer the files to the huge, large digital print machines.
Right.
It will be a Christmas film. So again, the sample that you felt in the
All right. So,
design room, this is where it actually done.
so this is straight off that machine now,
Off the press.
hot off the press, and then
You fold it over, creases.
yeah, same process obviously. Creases, and then you'd have to origami this up into the box that it's designed to be. So yeah, that machine sounds awesome. Yeah. Oh, that's very impressive.
So what we do is we do that here first.
Yeah.
And sometimes we do desecrate. If a customer wants some boxes made, just plain brown boxes, we would have to buy a cutting tool that goes out into the machines outside. It's a large tool, quite expensive. We can use it thousands of times. So if a customer only wants a small number, 200 to 300, we do it on here. So it saves the expense of getting a cutting tool made just to do that. So we can do either plain boxes, or there's very high images on some of the artwork if you want, but we don't want a small amount of boxes to do digitally, which means you don't have to mount the printing plates, you just print it direct like a
Right.
have a number. The good thing about it is we save all this. If we want some more later on,
You've got the file.
we found it on it.
Oh, really cool.
Right, so and in here we do all the nice fancy stuff for exhibitions and light boxes and things like that. So it's a bit off the wall. But people ask, normally customers, if they go to an exhibition or want something for their reception, ask us to do a light box with their logo on. Do a lot of things for the hospice, it's nice hospice. We've shown Blackburn, off the wall sort of things. Just take it in a display room and show you some stuff.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Whoa. I think I'm going to have to take up box making now.
Oh no, look what you've done. Oh.
I mean, it is actually at the minute blowing my mind. It's cardboard box company, and you just do not pay it the credit that statement deserves. I mean, to build a cinema out of cardboard, I mean, that's just amazing. So
I'll send you some stuff to your website or to the site of little pictures I can show you.
yeah, but obviously, guys, we've not even got onto the manufacturing part of the factory yet. But you know, this it's just blown my mind as to I just didn't even begin to consider what is possible with cardboard. I mean, to build a cinema out of cardboard, that's some next level. Whoa, that's amazing. So yeah,
Yes, right. We'll get into the noisy.
what a great place, and yeah, I'm getting a great sense of and it smells amazing. Not a million miles away from a tree, obviously, but it's cardboard.
So you're going down with Tom through the doors, going down the stairs. So we've got a view here of the whole of the factory floor.
Okay, yeah, good afternoon, folks. So I remember this, and as we came down the stairs, I remember Tom explaining that there were pallets moving along a roller system, and these were finished boxes, and the pallets went through a banding machine, and things were securely strapped down to the pallet, ready for going into the warehouse.
Yeah, you can see the banding machine there. So it's had the bands put on one way round, and then it's twizzed round, and then they put the bands on the other side as well.
And if I remember, you might see it later on in the video, but I remember once we'd done the tour of the factory and we came back out this area, part of that conveyor system sinks below the floor so you can walk through, if you remember that.
Yeah, you can see that in a bit.
So this is it truly is an amazing factory, and it's state of the art as far as cardboard box design, print and production go. This factory is at the cutting edge of everything really, and I don't know if you'll hear it later, but there's some machinery in here that is, you know, first in the world.
There's another machine here, and it's spinning round rectangular pieces of card, and then they're piled up, and then they go on a conveyor belt, and you see them moving along.
Right.
But they're sorted by a sort of machine that goes round at 360 degrees. So we're now walking through. So you're doing a funny walk, going past different pieces of machinery with lots of piping coming down, lots more cardboard, pallets, and then you're going into
We're going to the ink room.
ink room. Yes.
Did the ink used to be spirit based?
You can get spirit based, but not in flat.
Right, okay, so
The rolls usually.
because I'm going to say the smell, I can smell it, but you can certainly tell that there's really not a high degree of chemicals in the air here, and it smells different, and it smells quite pleasant to me. But it's certainly not that smack in the face chemical smell. It's all obviously water based.
Some of the other things you might be able to smell is printing plates.
Oh, printing plates. You can feel the raised.
Backwards, so you might not need to read it.
Yeah, so obviously it's in reverse, so when it's printed it's the right way.
Yeah.
So yeah, these wrap around the printing plates. Can I feel a printing plate in a minute? Yeah.
That raised area,
Yeah.
it's actually contact. So the ink gets pumped through, goes onto a cylinder,
Yeah.
and the ink is then transferred just to the raised parts of that.
Oh,
And then the
right.
wall comes through underneath it, and that gets stuck into the wall.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's such a great place, and it sounds like we're in this huge big steam train and it's backing along. It's awesome. I mean, yeah, it's like the engine room of a ship. It's amazing. Can you get in close here, Nicola? So yeah, you've got the rubber blocks here, so I'm being very careful. But obviously you guys know that I'm careful around sharp stuff in the workshop. And then you have their very, very sharp blades that will do the cutting. But absolutely incredible. There's so much to take in. I could literally spend a week in here feeling and touching everything.
Look at you.
You know, pulling a tea cart with me. That sound all right?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
You struggle up them stairs, man.
Oh, find a way. But I mean, it's just, again, the whole intricacy of the whole process. And for, you know, people like us that are makers and we love touching things and starting with a raw product, and it comes out at the end, whether or not it's on the lathe or the drill press or the router table or the table saw or even the MIG welder, like, you know, I'm getting to grips with. This is exactly the same. I'm getting the same buzz here, but this is on an epic scale.
Right, let's move on.
So Tom's taking you over to this pile of printing that's cling wrapped.
Yes, he was saying that this is very high quality printing on that pallet. I remember that.
Yeah. So he's just about to gesture that there's another machine over there, and you're gesturing that this piece of printing goes from where it is to the other side, and there's another machine on the opposite side. And he's sort of gesturing that it's sort of, I don't know, is it laid on top? And
yeah, a lot of parts of the factory, you know, things are stacked up.
yeah.
You know, in quite a few sheets or boards, and then they're fed through the machine.
And then we're looking at the recycling bales, so the cardboard that is recycled. And there are tubes, aren't there, pipes going all around the factory that gather all the bits of cardboard for recycling. And then it goes to the cardboard manufacturer, and they use it to make more cardboard. And you can see the machine in the roof there.
That make the board. This is recycled, then it comes back to the cardboard box company as new products, and it's used again. Epic. Continual. Alright guys, so that is the cardboard box company's version of a cyclone dust extractor. It gets compressed into little pallets and you can light fires with it, etc. Oh, he's just going to get us one. But I mean, that's their dust extraction. The factory. How tall is it?
Oh, it's big. I mean, it's taller than the building. Oh, wow.
So that machine, it collects the dust, it's swirled around in a cyclone, it's compressed and it's formed into a pellet like this, and then that becomes a fuel.
Barbecues.
Yeah, barbecues. So that is absolutely epic. Now I'm going to ask you something and be very cheeky, and I keep that as a souvenir.
Have a box if you want.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep that as a little souvenir of my visit. So obviously something that's important to all us woodturners, dust extraction and keeping healthy and safe. To put it like that, that's just superb. I've got to get a job here.
So this is where there's some recycling. So there are a couple of bales of recycled cardboard. There's also a pallet with scrap cardboard on it. And then Tom's talking to you and telling you about the process, I think, of the recycling. And then there are lots of racking with printed jobs on. And I remember Tom saying that where they had an order, if they anticipated that there'd be a repeat order, they would keep stock so that the client can call off the printing and the packaging.
Yeah, they want to be able to deliver their service very quickly.
These are all ready to go out.
Yeah, I thought it was a good idea then. Just in time we call it, don't we?
Project the image down on here. Project the image down there with the artwork, and it can be checked to make sure it's up to scratch. Amazing! cutter.
Right.
So the other ones are round. This is the same thing, but it's flat. And you've got the blades laid out in the correct pattern.
Yeah.
So this is over here. Machine, 3.5 metre capacity, and it's rotary cutters in this.
They've got big rectangular pieces of black cardboard, and they pick up a pile of it from a pattern, lots of pallets, and then they're putting it on top on the machine.
Big board,
folding the boxes over, putting it through during the seat.
Stitches.
Right.
Can't be glued, you've got to be stitched.
When it's folding the boxes into one box, one up again, one you want.
Good for your arm muscles, huh?
I've got mine with everything.
Down here, when that's loaded up there, come down here, just fold this up and go from there with it.
Right.
This is the hub of it.
We made it back.
That place in there is the thick end of awesome. Whoa. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Go on, go see Daddy.
Hey, pal. Oh,
hello.
I'm sure you've been well looked after by your new baby. So, massive thank you to Tom for showing us all around this amazing facility. And are you listening, Peter?
I am.
You are the Willy Wonka of cardboard. That place, come with me and you'll see. Oh, it's just, what a place. What a place. My mind's going, you know what? I've got to get into making boxes now, Peter.
Oh, in competition.
Oh, but yeah, thank you so very much, Tom. You are an amazing guy and explained everything so well. And you, by the way, you've just passed MBQ level 1 in health and social care, caring for the blind. Epic job.
Excellent.
Awesome, my friend.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry for keeping you from your job, but
Oh, that's okay.
it was amazing.
Did it say is a dingle?
Well,
He's off.
Well, that was just an amazing tour, and
Yeah.
you know, to be able to listen to everything, you know, clacketing away and talking to the guys in the CAD and the print, and I've got a little compressed fire pellet as a souvenir.
Good. Oh yeah, that's a dust from the dust.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, lots of wood turners have cyclone extraction systems, but not 30 foot tall like the bugger you've got out there. That's amazing.
I'm glad you've enjoyed it, and thanks for doing that, Tom.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we're rolling.
Is my hair alright?
Yeah, your hair looks lovely.
Okay, everybody, so I'm here now with a very dear friend of ours, and we've not known him that long. This is Peter, and I met Peter at the Hidden Heroes of Lancashire.
Yeah,
that was right?
That's right, in Lytham.
In Lytham, and Peter was one of the other recipients of an award.
Yeah.
So it's Peter that's got this amazing factory here, the Cardboard Box Company, and once we'd been talking there at Lytham, Peter said, oh, you must come over and spend a few hours at the factory and, you know, get a sense of what goes on. So obviously we've got the footage.
I keep asking him to come and have a look round, and that's not right really, is it?
No, but we love a blind joke, Peter, you know that. And it was such an interesting visit, and hopefully you've seen the footage now of Peter's amazing factory, and there's machinery out there like the viewing table that's, you know, first of its type in the world. So tell my subscribers, Peter, a little bit about yourself and the company and how it all started.
Well, I had a chemical company. I sold it to a Finnish company, and they made me European director. So I was up in the sky most of the time. I had nine or 10 factories to look after, including the one in Blackburn that I'd started. But I'm afraid after a couple of years, I couldn't cope with that nationality, the Finns. They were very, very difficult to work for. So I quit one day, and then living across the road from me was the chief executive officer of Chapman Containers, and he told me that this factory here where we are today was being sold or shut down. They didn't want it anymore. So he said, you should go and have a look at it, you'll get it for next to nothing. Anyway, long story short, I paid 300,000 for it, but I wouldn't buy the rest of the business without owning the premises. And that was very important to me, because then I could do what I wanted inside. And I've knocked a few walls down and modernised it, and quite proud of it now. It's everybody that comes here is quite impressed with what I've done.
Well, yeah, definitely impressed.
We've been buying the best machinery in the world with a company called Bob's Mortan. I made mistakes in the early years buying Italian stuff, and I could say now, buy Italian machine in haste and repent at leisure. Mm-hmm. And we bought one or two which were a disaster, some from Taiwan. None of it worked properly for us. Then we decided, me and the MD, to totally modernise the place, and we went for Bob's Mortan. Very expensive machinery, but the best in the world.
And what country do they come from, Peter?
Come from France, basically France and Switzerland.
Right.
The odd thing that the latest machine we've just bought, about 3 million, they sent it to India, north of India, to be assembled and run it out there before it came to our factory. So when it arrived here, obviously they'd been put together and run, and we put it down inside the factory, and from the first day it started making boxes. Excuse me, phone's going.
Right, we're rolling.
So yes, that big machine that's just come in cost £3 million. That's without installation, and now it's up and running. And very proud of all the machinery I've spent since I bought it. Must have been stupid. Spent over £15 million putting machinery in. The company's highly successful. We do just in time, so if somebody orders before 4 o'clock this afternoon, they can have it tomorrow morning. And that's been quite successful, running the company like that. So now, end of an era, I've now sold the company to our only supplier of board, and they're going to take over and continue the story. Okay, so that's my little potted history.
There you go. And just to let you guys know, Peter, how young are you? 77?
Yeah.
He's 77
and a half.
That's important. And he still comes in every afternoon, and you're acting as an ambassador, I think you said.
Yeah,
for
whatever that means.
Yeah, ambassador. So he's coming in and he's just reassuring the troops that everything's all right. And Peter is very, very, very serious about looking after the 80 or so families that provide on this amazing factory. So he's got family at heart, Peter. He's a wonderful, caring guy, and we got talking and hit it off straight away. And obviously, well, I think you hit it off with Bamba first, didn't you? Yeah. So
no, but I heard your story.
Yeah.
No, the dog was incidental to when I first heard your story. When we were at Lytham, weren't we?
We were
at a conference.
Yeah.
So it's all gone on from there.
It's all gone on from there. So it's still a new friendship, but a very dear one, and it means the world to me. And
she's scratching. He's scratching.
He's having a good scratch, Bamba, now. So yeah, obviously we're big fans of yours, my friend.
Good.
And thank you so very much for letting us have an absolutely wonderful afternoon here with you and your troops. And they make one of the nicest cups of tea I think I've had.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because you've done nothing but drink it.
I know. Well,
you've been here.
Well, when in Rome. It's another great saying.
Yeah.
So we're going to sign off now. So thank you, Peter. And when I leave, I'll give him a big hug. So that's it, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the tour of the factory in this amazing facility. Peter, 77 and a half years young, and still
coming into work.
So keep on turning, everybody. Thanks a lot.